Hi, I'm Bill Widmer, Mayor of Atherton, and you're watching Around Atherton. And today we're going to discuss the communications from the Atherton Police Officers Association. Many of our residents have recently received phone calls and flyers from the APOA, which is the unassuming name for the Teamsters Union, which represents our police officers. Much of the information in these communications is either false or taken out of context. Why? Well, because the Police Officer Union lucrative 5-year contract is up for renegotiation next year, 2013. One big disturbing item they highlight in their communications is that they are in jeopardy of being outsourced, and that could impact your safety. That's simply not true. For the 2 years that I've been on the council, there has never been a discussion of outsourcing of our police department. They also claim that their budget was cut, and that too is inaccurate, as the council passed the chief's budget with no changes, and in fact, the council added to the budget to allow for purchasing of new cars and motorcycles for the police department. So we are hardly cutting back, as is being implied. Additionally, you may recall my campaign promise, which is still on my website, where I said that if there's going to be any discussion on outsourcing, I would insist it be via a town-wide vote. That's still my position, and one that's shared by several other council members. However, I want to reinforce no discussion has taken place regarding police outsourcing, nor is any being planned. In the recent round of calls from the APOA, they are now endorsing candidates and claiming that your decision will equate to your future safety. Again, that's not true, and you have to keep in mind that these APOA endorsements and possible campaign contributions to candidates often come with obligations and strings attached. That's why I've stated up front that I would never accept an endorsement from labor. Next year we will have to negotiate a new contract with our safety officers, and that will be a very difficult discussion. Today your union represented officers are well paid. The town provides them with generous benefits, including pension and health care, at practically no cost for them and their families. Additionally, our current contract has the taxpayer paying a substantial portion of the designated employee pension contribution. The sum total of these benefits is more than double the health care and retirement costs of employees in the private sector, and that's something I'm working on fixing. Allowed to retire at age 50, our safety officers receive pensions often at 90% of their last salary, which can be adjusted upward with accrued unused sick leave. This can lead to pension payments of 135% of the officer's final salary. This is called spiking. You may have read about it lately in the papers. Additionally, the officers and their spouses receive health care for life, all at your expense. CalPERS estimates this future liability at over $12 million. Moody's says it's 2 to 3 times that. That would mean that we would have to shut down our activities in the town to fully fund this pension liability for 2 full years. That means no street lighting, police protection, building department permitting, etc. Most of our sister cities on the peninsula have begun addressing this. Palo Alto, for example, recently cut safety officer salaries by 10% and adjusted the benefit levels to immediately have their officers pay their full share of the pension contributions and enacted a sharing arrangement for all health care costs. I need your help in keeping the town financially solvent without any tax increases and without impacting any of our services, including safety. Some council members have already started mentioning increasing the parcel tax. I think we should be able to allow it to sunset if we continue to stay the course. Please pick the right candidate in the upcoming election to preserve our safety, but to do it in a fiscally responsible manner. Thank you for your help.